It's Crockett 36, and usually with YouTube games you do a recap, and I failed to do that for everything from Japan on. So I'm going to start with what I have in Japan, which is 4 infantry, 3 anti-aircraft, 7 subs, 2 destroyers, 1 transport, and in Korea 2 infantry. The Japanese have 6 fighters and 3 divers and 1 tank. Earlier they had, I can't remember what they had earlier. That's what I currently have on the board for the Japanese, as well as 4 on the mainland, on Sumatra. Okay, let's go to the Americans. The Americans in the West Coast have 2 anti-aircraft guns, 1 sub and 3 destroyers. Off of Midway they have 1 U.S. carrier, 1 sub, 5 destroyers, 1 cruiser, 2 fighters. On Hawaii they have, and that stuff was supposed to come with them. Up. And they should have on Midway a infantry and a mech. And then the Australians have here a scrambling fighter, and then an aircraft carrier and 2 fighters, as well as 2 Anzac destroyers. New Zealand is empty, as is the New Guinea, and the Queensland has 2 bombers and 2 anti-aircraft. And they're nuts, and that was supposed to move. Good thing I'm doing this. It's supposed to be an artillery here as well. And then in Celebes, there's an infantry, artillery, and a transport in the water. And they own Java, as well as Dutch New Guinea. And in Malaya, Strait of Malaya, the Malacca Strait, there's a transport and a destroyer. Off Sumatra, enemy held Sumatra is a Anzac sub, as well as a British sub. In the Philippines, the newly liberated Philippines, there are 2 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 transports in Manila Bay, as well as an Anzac sub and an American sub. Palau also has a Japanese infantry, as does Iwo Jima. Japan also owns Formosa, Okinawa, Marianas, and Iwo, and of course Hainan. In French Indochina, there's an infantry and an Anzac infantry. In India, there is infantry and 2 artillery and 2 transports. In Shanxi, there is a British mech. In Kansu, there's an American tank. In Chahar, there is 4 infantry and 2 anti-aircraft. In Anhui, there's 3 British anti-aircraft, 1 infantry, 4 Chinese artillery, as well as 4 infantry and an Anzac fighter. In Manchuria, there's 4 American infantry, as well as 2 artillery. There's also 5 damage on the Tokyo factory. All right, let's go to Africa. The Horn is completely the Ethiopian holdings. The Italian holdings in Africa are actually Russian-owned. Ethiopia and Italian Somaliland. Russia also owns Tobruk, Iraq, and then in Libya there is a single artillery. That is Africa. Off the African coast, 99, there's 2 Italian subs. I did not do Italy, but there is in Turkey not 6 German infantry, but 1 British soldier. In Transjordan, there's a soldier, as well as 2 mech and an anti-aircraft. In Iraq, there's a Russian tank. In northwest Persia, there are 5 fighters and 1 diver, 1 Anzac, and 2 French troops. Caucasus has an Anzac troop. And in Kazakhstan, there's the mighty 15 infantry, 3 mech, and 1 tank British Army. In Samara, there is a tank. Well, you know this already, so I won't say that one. But in Russia itself, has a British infantry, 2 tanks, and 9 infantry, 9 fighters. In Norway, there are 3 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft. And here there are 2 destroyers and 125, and an aircraft carrier and a transport. Those are British units. And on the British anti-aircraft carrier is a French fighter, 2 American aircraft carriers, and 2 fighters, and 1 American destroyer and transport, as well as, that's it. Off Iceland is a American transport. In London, there's an American dive bomber and 2 French soldiers, 4 anti-aircraft British, a mech, 2 artillery, and 10 infantry. In 109, there are 2 British transports and 1 Russian sub. That came from 125. Yes, that should be there. Yep. All right, and let's go to 91 has 3 transports. 92 has 2 transports. Spain has American bomber, 3 infantry, 3 artillery, mech, and tank. Southern France has a mech. Northern Italy has a mech. Normandy Bordeaux has 6 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 tank. And off the coast in 105 is an American sub. In 95 there is aircraft carrier, cruiser, destroyer, transport, 2 fighters, as well as a British destroyer and transport. And on board that British transport is a Russian mech. In 97 there's an American and a Russian sub. In 99 there's an American sub and a British transport. There's also 5 damage on the Southern Italian factory. And let's go to the East Coast. There are 6 infantry, 2 anti-aircraft, and 3 off the coast. There are 3 transports. And that is the recap for the big Allied turn.